Fellas, if you knew there was one simple thing you could do just 15 minutes a day that would make your woman think about you constantly, crave your presence, and feel a deep emotional addiction to you, would you do it? Here's the crazy part. 99% of men don't. And that's exactly why women lose interest, get bored, and eventually start looking elsewhere. The truth is, attraction isn't just about how you look, how much money you make, or how good you are in bed, right? It is about how you make her feel on a daily basis. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a 15-minute relationship hack that will flip the script and make her obsessed with you without you having to beg for her attention or change who you are. Curious? Let's go. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. Women don't just wake up one day and think, you know what, I don't like him anymore. That's not how it works. It's gradual. And if you don't catch it early, you'll wake up one day wondering why she's suddenly acting different, why she's not as affectionate, why she's always busy, and why she's responding with those dry text messages. And the truth is, it's your fault. Not because you're a bad guy, not because you don't care about her, but because you stopped doing the little things that made her feel emotionally connected to you in the first place. And when that connection weakens, she'll start looking for it elsewhere. See, men put all this effort into getting the girl, texting her every day, planning dates, making her feel special, and then what happens? Once she's yours, you start to get comfortable. In actual fact, it's not just a men thing, it's a human thing, you know? But you start thinking, oh, she knows I love her. You assume she's always going to feel the same way. But that's where you begin to mess up. Let me tell you something about women. Attraction isn't just about how you look, how much money you make, or how smooth you are in bed. I can't say this enough. Those things matter, but mostly at first. What keeps a woman obsessed is how you make her feel when she's with you. That emotional connection, that's everything. And if she stops feeling connected, you could be the best looking, richest, most charming guy in the world, but she'll start pulling away and looking for someone else. And that's why you find some guys saying, oh, I don't get it. I did everything right. I treated her well. I was loyal. I paid for everything. And she still left me. No surprise there. It's because you did all the obvious things, but forgot the one thing that actually makes women stay. You forgot to make her feel emotionally hooked. And that's why this video is so important. I'm going to give you that 15-minute relationship hack, because if you do it right, she will literally feel a pull towards you that she can't explain. Trust me, once a woman is emotionally addicted to you, she's yours. So here's the deal. You don't need to spend hours every day trying to impress her. In fact, you don't need grand romantic gestures or expensive dates either. What you need is 15 minutes of deliberate, high-quality interaction every single day. That's it. Once you start using this, you'll notice an instant shift in the way she looks at you, talks to you, and craves your attention. Now, this isn't some overly complicated system. It's simple, effective, and it takes just 15 minutes, as I've advertised. But the way you do it is what actually makes all the difference. So I'm going to break this up into a couple of minutes, from the first to the third minute. First things first, you need to reset her perception of you, and that starts with your presence. For the first 3 minutes, you're going to give her your full, undivided attention. No phones, no distraction, no, yeah, babe, while watching the TV, okay? You lock in on her like she's the only person in the world. You see, most men fail here because they think just being around her is enough. It's not. Women are hypersensitive to attention shifts. If she notices you checking your phone, half listening or zoning out, you just literally lost the game. When you give her 100% presence, she feels chosen, and that alone will spike attraction. Here's a tip for you. Use body language to reinforce what I'm saying. Face her directly, maintain eye contact, nod, or react when she speaks. She'll feel it instantly. Next, you're going to ask a question, but not just any question. You're going to tap into her emotions. Women are emotional creatures, right? If you can make her feel something, she'll associate those feelings with you. And when she associates those emotions with you, she'll get hooked. So ask her something that pulls her in emotionally. Try, what's something that made you laugh today? Or, when was the last time you felt truly happy and what made that moment so special? Or, what one thing do you wish more people understood about you? These kinds of questions do 3 things. 1, they force her to reflect, which deepens emotional intimacy. 2, they make her feel heard, which builds connection. And 3, they create a moment, right? And moments make relationships stronger. Now we're moving into reinforcement mode, which means it's time for touch and a compliment. At some point in this 15-minute window, you're going to subtly touch her. Now, I don't mean grabbing her like you're in high school. I mean subtle, controlled, and confident touch, like lightly placing your hand on her lower back when you walk past her, or like brushing her hair away from her face while she's talking, and this is assuming she has long hair, or holding her hand for a second longer than usual. Guys, touch is powerful, especially when it's done without expectation. It triggers dopamine, increases intimacy, and sends a subconscious signal that says, I desire you, but I'm in control. And now we pair it with a compliment, but not the usual you're beautiful nonsense, okay? Women have heard that 1,000 times. Instead, go for something unexpected and personal. Try, I love how passionate you get when you talk about the things you care about. Or, I appreciate how much effort you put into things. You don't half-ass anything. Or, there's something about the way you carry yourself. I noticed it the first time I met you, and it's still there. That last one, it's a winner. Why? Because it makes her think, wait, what does he mean? What did he notice? And when a woman's thinking about you when you're not around, of course you're in her mind and she's falling deeper for you. Now let's take it a step deeper. The next 3 minutes are all about reigniting intimacy through shared experiences, okay? Women bond through inside jokes, nostalgia, shared moments. When you reference a funny story, a past date, or an inside joke, you're triggering the dopamine rush that she felt in that moment. So bring up something playful, something only 2 of you get, right? Like, remember the last time you tried to cook and almost burned the house down? Or, I still can't believe you thought I was serious when I said I was a secret spy. Or, I think we need a rematch on that bet we made last month because I'm still convinced I won. When you do this, she subconsciously relives the good times and it deepens her emotional connection to you. So think about some of those things that could trigger this very thing that I'm talking about right now. And finally, you leave her wanting more. This is where you create anticipation, which is one of the most powerful ways to keep a woman's interest sky high. This can be as simple as dropping a playful tease before you walk away, whispering something flirty in her ear, or saying something that makes her curious. Try this. Say, I figured something out about you today, but I'll tell you later. Or, I know something you'll never guess about me. Remind me to tell you about it tomorrow. Or, you're trouble, you know that? But I kind of like it. These types of lines keep the conversation alive in her mind long after you're gone. And when a woman is anticipating the next moment with you, she's obsessed. Now, the biggest mistake men make in relationships is assuming that love and attraction are static, right? That once a woman loves you, she always will. But I'll tell you something. Women fall in love slowly, over time, but they also fall out of love in the same fashion. And so it's worthy of note. If you're not actively feeding that emotional connection that you guys have, she's going to start drifting, even if she doesn't realize it right away. So don't settle into that comfortable pattern, thinking consistency equals security. For a woman, that predictability actually kills excitement. It's why she used to get excited when you texted, but now she just responds with an LOL or some dry emoji. Attraction isn't just about how a woman thinks about you, it's about how she feels when she sees you. And the strongest connections, they come from emotional intensity. Ever wonder why women stay hooked on toxic guys? Or why they chase men who treat them like an afterthought? It's because those men create emotional highs and lows. Now, I'm not telling you to be toxic, but I am telling you that if you're not making her feel something, excitement, curiosity, a deep connection, she's not going to crave your presence. The 15-minute routine I shared in this video forces emotional engagement, right? You make her laugh. She connects the joy emotion with you. You ask deep questions. She feels safe emotionally. You tease her lightly. There's the playful tension you're creating there. You touch her subtly. She feels desired. You leave her hanging. She feels the anticipation, right? Once you start triggering those emotions daily, she's hooked on you without even realizing why. Now, I know most men are not going to do what I'm saying in this video. They'll watch it, think, okay, that's interesting, or bullshit, that's not going to work, right? And then they'll go back to doing the same predictable things, texting the same way, responding the same way, assuming that she will stick around because she said she loves them, right? But yeah, If you want to be different, then be different, right? You now have a system that guarantees that she'll stay emotionally hooked on you. And this is how you create a relationship where a woman just isn't with you, but she's obsessed with who you are. So here's your little assignment. Try this 15-minute obsession hack for just 1 week. 7 days, no skipping. Every single day, give your woman these 15 minutes, full attention, emotional connection, subtle touch, and cliffhanger. And then watch what happens. Watch how she starts looking at you differently, how she starts initiating conversations, how she leans into your touch more, right? How she starts checking in on you, texting you first, craving your presence in a way that she's never done before. And when you see that shift, please don't forget me. Do me a favor, come back in the comments and tell me how it's working for you. Because trust me, once you get this right, there's no going back. Jessica OS here. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you get notified every single time I post. I'll catch you in the next video, for sure.